On the surface, it was just another day in the life of Jungkook, BTS's youngest star. He appeared in public with a brand new piercing, sleek, stylish, and perfectly in line with his reputation as the group's trendsetter. Fans gasped, screenshots circulated, and hashtags began trending. But then came the words that silenced the excitement. Jungkook admitted that the piercing had already caused permanent damage. It wasn't just an accessory anymore, it was a scar, a mark that he would carry with him. That confession spread like wildfire, leaving ARMY torn between admiration and worry. Jungkook has never been one to play it safe. From the tattoos he once kept hidden under long sleeves to his now iconic ink proudly displayed on stage, he has always embraced individuality. This piercing was no exception. To him, it was self-expression. To the world, it was another reminder that Jungkook refuses to be boxed in by idol expectations. But being fearless comes with risks, and this time, the risk left its mark, quite literally. For Jungkook, body art has always been more than decoration. His tattoos tell stories about BTS, about ARMY, about his journey from a shy teenager in 2013 to a global superstar in 2025. His piercings, too, follow this narrative. Each one represents a phase, a mood, a moment in time. But unlike ink, piercings can sometimes turn against the body. The scar from this latest attempt proves that even the golden maknae isn't immune to the consequences of self-expression. The fan response was immediate and emotional. Some praised him. He's an icon. He makes everything look cool. Only Jungkook could pull this off. Others voiced their fear. We love him more than his piercings. Please stay safe, JK. He doesn't need to prove himself. He's already perfect. In truth, ARMY's reaction reflected their deepest bond with Jungkook. They don't just see him as an idol, they see him as family. And when family gets hurt, even in small ways, it hurts them too. More than fashion, this piercing came to represent something bigger: freedom. After finishing his mandatory military service earlier this year, Jungkook stepped into a new chapter. He was no longer the teenager molded by an agency, nor the idol bound by strict rules. He was a man, free to make choices about his body, his art, and his life. The piercing, even with its consequences, became a visible reminder of that freedom. A scar, yes, but also a declaration: I am living on my own terms. Behind the glamour of K-pop lies an industry obsessed with perfection. Idols are expected to maintain flawless appearances. No scars, no flaws, no mistakes. But Jungkook's honesty about his permanent damage shattered that illusion. Instead of hiding it, he confessed. And in doing so, he redefined what it means to be perfect. Perfection for Jungkook is not being flawless, it's being real. This incident also reignited discussions within fan communities. Some argued that idols shouldn't risk their health for aesthetics, while others believe Jungkook has every right to express himself however he chooses. The debate grew so large that even media outlets weighed in, with experts noting the potential health risks of body modifications. For ARMY, though, the focus wasn't on science, it was on love. Because at the end of the day, Jungkook's scar wasn't just a medical issue, it was emotional, symbolic, and deeply personal. The timing of this revelation couldn't be more striking. In just days, Jungkook's solo documentary, I Am Still, will premiere worldwide on September 18th, 2025. The film promises an intimate look into his life, his struggles, his victories, his growth. And fans can't help but wonder, will this piercing story appear in the documentary? Will Jungkook let the cameras capture the pain behind the glamour? Either way, I Am Still is expected to solidify what fans already know. Jungkook isn't just an idol, He's a human being who carries both scars and triumphs with grace. Scars don't weaken Jungkook, they make him stronger. His piercing may have left permanent damage, but it also left permanent proof of his courage to be himself. And perhaps that's why fans love him so fiercely. Not because he's flawless, but because he's real. As one fan wrote, Jungkook may carry scars, but those scars are what make him unforgettable. 10 years from now, no one may remember the exact details of this piercing, but they will remember what it stood for: freedom, honesty, and individuality. Jungkook isn't just writing music, he's writing history, not on paper, but in skin, in scars, in choices that defy the rules of K-pop. And with every bold step, every honest confession, he reminds ARMY why he will always be the golden maknae. Not because he's unbreakable, but because even when he breaks, he shines. September has always been a sacred month for ARMY, the birth month of Jungkook. His birthday celebrations this year were no different, with fans organizing charity projects, billboards, and streaming events across the globe. Yet, amid the joy, there was unease. Just days before his birthday, reports emerged that a sasang, an obsessive stalker fan, had been arrested near Jungkook's home. For ARMY, the timing was chilling. Jungkook's piercing scar suddenly took on a deeper meaning, a reminder that his life, filled with light, is often shadowed by danger. The piercing became not just a fashion statement, but a metaphor. Beauty and pain, freedom and danger, both permanently etched into the life of BTS's golden maknae. In South Korea, piercings and tattoos carry cultural weight. They are often viewed as rebellious, symbols of resistance against conservative norms. By choosing to pierce his body, Jungkook wasn't just making a style choice. He was speaking a language of rebellion. He was saying, "I will not be confined by expectations." The scar he now carries is more than physical. It is political, cultural, and generational. For young Koreans who long for freedom of self-expression, Jungkook's piercing became a rallying cry, proof that even the most scrutinized idol can claim his own body. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, Los Angeles to London, news outlets picked up the story. Headlines ran with dramatic flair. Jungkook's piercing sparks global debate. When fashion leaves a scar, BTS star opens up. ARMY split between admiration and concern. Talk shows discussed it. Stylists analyzed it. Doctors weighed in on the medical risks. And yet, no matter how many opinions filled the airwaves, one truth echoed everywhere. Jungkook mattered enough that the world cared about the smallest details of his life. The piercing had transcended being a personal choice. It became a global conversation. Every scar tells a story. For soldiers, it tells of battles. For athletes, it tells of victories and injuries. For Jungkook, this scar tells of art, rebellion, and the cost of living fearlessly. When fans look at his piercing now, they don't just see metal, they see resilience. They see a man who has faced military service, relentless scrutiny, invasive stalkers, and the suffocating pressure of fame, and who still dares to express himself. The scar is not a flaw, it is a storyteller, whispering truths that polished perfection cannot. As ARMY reflected on the news, one promise echoed louder than all others: we will love him no matter what. Fans launched campaigns on social media, not only celebrating Jungkook's piercing, but also advocating for his health and safety. Messages like, "Jungkook, your body is yours," and "We love the person, not the piercing," trended worldwide. It was a reminder that behind every choice Jungkook makes, millions stand ready to support him, scars, risks, and all. With the release of Jungkook's documentary, I Am Still, just around the corner, the piercing revelation has become a symbolic prologue. Fans speculate that the film will reveal even more unseen struggles: the loneliness of military service, the weight of global fame, and the quiet moments of doubt that even a superstar can feel.
The scar from his piercing might not appear on camera, but spiritually, it has already become part of the documentary's narrative. The story of a man who refuses to hide his pain, but transforms it into art. In an industry obsessed with flawless idols, Jungkook is rewriting the rules. His scar says, "Beauty is not the absence of flaws, it's the courage to live authentically." For younger idols and trainees, his openness may pave the way for a new era of self-expression. No longer will tattoos, piercings, or scars automatically be seen as imperfections. Instead, they may be embraced as symbols of individuality. Jungkook, once the shy boy who barely spoke during interviews, is now a man leading a quiet revolution. As the world waits for BTS's full group comeback in 2026, Jungkook continues to shine. His music dominates charts, his documentary is highly anticipated, and every choice, even something as simple as a piercing, sparks global headlines. Scars or no scars, Jungkook remains unstoppable. His piercing may have left permanent damage, but it has also left permanent inspiration. Because at the heart of it all, Jungkook's story isn't about a piercing. It's about courage, about freedom, about being human in an industry that often demands perfection. And that is why he will always be remembered, not as an idol without flaws, but as a legend who dared to show them.